This is the Ringo peace sign. He does it kind of forward. Peace and love, peace and love. He does it kind of, it's not a back one, it's a forwards one. Good morning from Tokyo. It's a gorgeous day today. I'm coming home here on Gaiandori, a beautiful boulevard behind us. And I'm driving through the, that's the Meiji Memorial Hall. I think the archives of the Meiji Emperor are all housed there, sort of like the Imperial Library, if you will. And we're driving past Meiji Jingu, Jingu Stadium, which is where the Cult Swallows play. And then that's the Olympic Stadium there in the distance. They're doing a bunch of, I'm not sure what's going on here, but that's the famous 2020 sort of snafu Olympic Stadium that we drive past every day. It was a big controversial build when the Olympics were being planned. It wasn't necessarily supposed to be this design. It was supposed to be a different design by a different architect. Went way over budget. Tokyo wasted a lot of money making a bunch of stupid mistakes, but eventually it got built. And anyway, what's going on right now is I'm on my way home from dropping my kid off, and every day virtually I have a live stream that I do to my tokyorecordstyle homies. But last week on a whim I kind of did a public one, and today I'm doing it again. And I needed to get some, I didn't really sleep that well last night, and I think I need some exercise. So I'm gonna go walk around Meiji Shrine, which is right ahead of me. And it's just a little place where I can enjoy some respite, some nature, some forest. There's a Shinto shrine, and I'm gonna cut through there and walk down Omotesando, which is the sort of Champs-Élysées boulevard of Tokyo, and then I'm gonna walk back up and just get some steps in. And it would be fun to do it with my tokyorecordstyle homies, but I thought I might as well do it to anybody else who might want to cruise along with me. It's a very stream of consciousness live stream. I have nothing on the docket to discuss today, nothing. It's all off the top of my head, and it might not be your cup of tea, and if it's not, that's okay. You can boogie along, but I'm just going to riff here for the next while. And but this is kind of what I've been doing, so I'm really having fun. It's become like kind of like a full-time job in a way. I get off work and then I go home and I kind of put in another 3 hours, on all the stuff, whether it be all the tokyorecordstyle stuff, whether that be the management of my homepage, which is at tokyorecordstyle.com, or if it's managing this very active Discord that I have going. Not managing, but facilitating, and with the help of some really amazing, cool people, and kind of just like catching up on conversations. And I like to be somebody who, I like to reply to every single last comment. I like to read every comment. I like to write. I love writing, and I love even if somebody writes a little innocuous comment, nice video, I like to say, thanks so much, I just thought of something, let me get it out, and this is my chance to do it. So I like to take every little chance that I have to get the creative energies flowing. So I like to go do that, and I'm constantly in a state of catch up, which sounds kind of terrible, but I actually quite enjoy it. And although something did come to mind this morning, which was a kind of a funny little thought. I woke up this morning and said, oh my God, I have so much music to listen to today. which was an interest. I've never thought that before. I've never really had that thought. And because on my Discord, on the record style Discord, we've got a I'm branding the hold on, we're gonna pull into the shrine here and I'll give you the view of where we're going. We're gonna come up here and this guy's gonna give us a little ticket and we're gonna go park here in the shrine. This is just like a great way to start the weekend. Hi. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. 左方向 P1 になります。P1 なる。ありがとうございます。Okay. So it's a beautiful shrine here at Meiji Jingu. I've brought you here a number of times. Connectivity can be a little bit of an issue, but I just figure what the heck. We're just gonna go for it. So we are literally like right in the heart of Tokyo. This is about as central Tokyo as almost you can get. And there's this big giant park and big giant shrine. I'm actually not going to take you to the shrine today. I don't think. Maybe we'll go on the way back. But I kind of want to walk down the boulevard. The dirty boulevard. It's not so dirty actually. But I want to, the guys are out here cleaning up. Morning, Gary Harris, I see you. And when I see one more, I see Mark Lastman in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. I'm here just doing my normal daily stream of consciousness, live stream of consciousness. Ooh, I like that, live stream of consciousness. Okay, so as I was saying, what was I saying? I was talking about the Discord. Oh yeah, so the idea of Tokyo Record Style has always been, it's a riff off of my friend's project. My friend has a project called Tokyo Camera Style. Tokyo Camera Style. His name's John Saipal, very old friend of mine from Nebraska. Very, very cool cat. And he started blogging when we all started blogging 20 years ago. And he started this project called Tokyo Camera Style where he would document camera culture and photography culture on the streets of Tokyo. And he's kind of a shy guy. And I was always, and I'm not so shy. I have shy moments, but I'm a very outgoing people person. And I was always jealous of his project. I mean, he's one of my best buddies, but I was just so jealous. So like, it was such a good idea. I was so happy for him, but I was like bummed I didn't think of it myself because it was such a great idea. And he goes around and if he sees people shooting, especially with film cameras, he photographs their cameras and he chats them up a bit. And then he's got this very, very popular blog called Tokyo Camera Style. And through 15 or probably nearly 20 years of doing this project, he's photographed celebrities and like big bosses of the photography, camera companies, the people who make the cameras, people who make their own cameras, kids, old people. He's photographed everybody. Visitors coming to Tokyo. And he's actually become, in all of his time doing not only this amazing little project called Tokyo Camera Style, but he's also become a Leica ambassador. But he's a very, very accomplished photographer. Great, great dude. John Saipal, S-Y-P-A-L. I recommend anybody who is interested in photography, if you're not already following John Saipal or his side project, Tokyo Camera Style, I recommend you go find both of those Instagrams. You will be rewarded if you do. And the thing that emerged from Tokyo Camera Style is that I understood it to be more than just cameras. there's a famous photographer here in Tokyo named Nobuyoshi Araki. He's quite a little controversial guy. He's he's very famous, arguably one of the most famous photographers in Japan. And he's fun. He's a character. He's got this funny mustache. He's got these funny glasses, and he's got this crazy hair. He's kind of bald and funny and fat, and he looks like a character from like a cartoon or a video game. And he takes photographs of naked ladies, and he takes reportage, and he takes he's a very creative dude. He paints on his photos, and he famously made this book called I want to say it's Sentimental Journey, but that's not. It's Sentimental something. But it's the love story of his wife. It's very autobiographical and a very touching story. And he married his his sweetie, and they had this tumultuous relationship. You would think by the photos that you see there were ups and downs, and he captured it all. And she died very young, and he photographed her until her funeral. And it's very exposed photography, and and forevermore he's been known for that work, and forevermore he's been known as sort of a guy whose heart has been open to everybody. Very interesting photographer. Not for everybody, but very cool. And John is friendly with him. I'm a little bit friendly. I'm not friendly with him. I've met him a couple of times. John's properly friendly with him. But he's got some quote about, if you want to change your photos, change your camera, which sounds really it sounds kind of corny, and it doesn't sound like it would actually work, but it does. And the cameras, they're the geeks in us, the sort of gearheads in us, gravitate to those objects of desire, and they just become like fetish properties in a way. But then they also can become you know extensions of our personalities, and we can assign ourselves to the camera, and the camera to ourselves. It's kind of an interesting, weird relationship that you have with a camera. It's like maybe like a guitar, like a Les Paul or a Strat or something like that. And yes, I'm at Yoyogi Park. Well, I'm at Meiji Jingu, Marshmallow Island. Nice to see you. And thanks for being here. I'm just talking about a little live stream I'm going to do this morning. So I see John's live stream as more than just, or excuse me, I see John's feeds of Tokyo Camera Style more than just about cameras. Really, they're about fashion, they're about personality, they're about subculture, they're about expression. So it's kind of, you could look at it and dismiss it as like gear maniacs and gear nerds and gear porn, but it's really a lot more than that. And it got so popular that he's got a 500,000 followers or 250,000 followers. He's doing real good. And he just kind of got in at the right time. And he's a very modest cat. And some people saw his success and said, "Hey, I want to start Hong Kong record style." And yeah, I love Tokyo record style, says Marshmallow Island. Yeah, you should definitely. I mean, there you go. There's a testimonial. So I saw like Hong Kong record style pop up, and somebody started a feed with John's blessing to start their own, edition, their own chapter of this project. And then I saw New York record style, or excuse me, New York camera style, and a couple other chapters. I think there was as many as a dozen at one point, and he listed them up on the sidebar of his website. All the different camera styles that took root in other places in the world. But the thing is, none of them stuck. Zero of them, I don't think. None of them stuck, because to maintain these projects, you got to have this passion that you can't will, an obsession that you can't will onto others. And it's a little bit hard to, like, I understand because I too, anyway, so as the story goes, like, basically, I was, again, so jealous of John that he devised this great way of connecting with people and documenting something and having a project and a little side life's work. And photographers are often like looking for projects, right? So one day I saw a record store bag on the train. I saw somebody carrying a Tower Records bag, that orange and red vinyl bag. And I thought, oh, they got some records today. I was like, oh, I wonder what they got. Sometimes you see people with like headphone, their earpods, AirPods or whatever in their ears, and you wonder what they're listening to. Same kind of deal. I saw the guy with the record store bag. I thought, what is he? What did he buy today? Is he a jazz guy? What is he? Is he one of those video game anime soundtrack guys? What did they buy? And it got me thinking that I would like to stop and ask them and make their photo. And in that sense, it kind of was like Tokyo camera style, except it was with records. And then I thought, well, I could. That's a good idea. I don't need John's approval to do that, but I should call it Tokyo record style because it's very much inspired by his project and inspired by the various projects that I do, photohoku and other things that are very much even more so of an extension of the work that I do. But still, it was definitely inspired by John's project, and uh, so I called John and I said, "Hey, John, I want to start this project, and I want to call it Tokyo Record Style, but I don't want to. I can call it something else." And he said, "No, you should call it Tokyo Record Style, and you should do it, and you should make it a thing, and I'll get behind it." And I said, "Are you sure?" And he said, "Yeah, man, definitely, definitely." And as far as I know, all of the things that Tokyo Camera Style have spawned, all the different chapters that it has spawned, I'm the only one that's still existing. So taking a cue from John and also taking a cue from some of the projects that I've done, because I've started projects that have spread around the world. I wonder about that all the time when I see people on the streets, on the train, right? You wonder what music, you're like, hey, can I stop you? What music are you listening to? What are you listening to? What are you listening to? This I call the human algorithm, right? It's like you can't know all the music. If somebody says, oh, I'm listening to some obscure thing you've never heard of, um, you know, where do you go from there? You can say, well, tell me about it, and then they say, well, it's this thing. I discovered it through this avenue, and it's the bass player from this thing, and the drummer, and I found it by listening to this guy's book or whatever, and um, and that doesn't really connect to like this person's taste, this stranger, this complete stranger, their taste in music may have absolutely nothing to do with you. You may think that your circle of friends that you run around with, there might be a lot of musical overlap. If you have similar interests in life, I don't know, you're of the same age, you're from the same part of the world, perhaps you might have some overlap in your musical taste. But just stopping a random stranger on the street, if they don't look like you, or the only reason you've really stopped them is because they're carrying a record store bag, you have no clue what their musical taste is going to be. But something really interesting emerges out of that, and that is the ability to get to know somebody through their music. And like, I keep talking about it, but it's been a really super profound shift in my musical appreciation journey. Now, music is life. Music is everything, right? Same for you guys. And I've been listening to music my entire life, ever since I got a pair of headphones or a boombox or a little radio or whatever, or since I was just like in the car, just like listening to what my mom was picking on AM radio or whatever. I have been like obsessed with music my whole life. Same as everybody who might be listening to this. And people recommend you things, and sometimes they stick. Half the time they stick, half the time they don't stick. But what's happened in the process of doing Tokyo Record Style is that I've discovered at 49 a new, or 40 whatever, whenever I started this, a new way of appreciating music, which doesn't really have to do with whether I like the music or not. It doesn't have to do with the music speaking to me and speaking to my tastes. It, whether it's something that I like or dislike is moot. It has become a lot. I want to say, like, it's not the only way that I appreciate music, but it's become like to the forefront, which is to know, is to connect with people, connect with strangers, connect with people through music, get to know somebody, to make connection through music and through their music. Because if I can listen to something and I'm not judging it based on its, I'm not critiquing it. It doesn't get it has no value. It has no point value in terms of taste or goodness or prowess or whatever. It only is significant in the level that it connects me to the person who recommended it to me. Does that make sense? So that's been a really, really interesting discovery in the last few years. The way I listen to music is to understand people, to understand the people who recommend it to me, and appreciate it for what it is. All of that too. But sort of the main thing is to be like, this person loves this record. What does that say about this person? Wow, this person loves this record and this record. This person loves metal and jazz and ambient and these three kind of records. How did they get from these three? That's interesting. That's more interesting than the music. That's why it's become really, I feel like, profound, because it's just infinitely kind of more interesting. There's more notes in an individual than there is in a song. So that's been a really interesting discovery that I've made, and I'm sure my friend John has made interesting photographic discoveries. But John's connection to his subjects is a little bit, not exactly superficial, but it's just a little bit. He takes a picture of the camera, then he moves along. I kind of talk to people, and the fact that I get this whole maybe an hour's worth of music is a lot of maybe even several hours of music is gives me more to a story than just the individual camera that they have. So I go home and I write long, quite in-depth stories about my encounters with them and the records that they bought, and maybe I listened to some of them and I said, wow, okay, I discovered something new through this encounter. And John doesn't exactly do that, and it's cool that we have like these really similar projects, but they're really different. And so the method of doing the Tokyo Record Style project is basically, it's a simple method, but there's actually like there's a method, there's a format to do it. It's a close-up, it's a bust-up. It's a bust-up with the record, then it's the record itself, and then it's the full shot. It's the style shot. It's the full-length shot, because it's Tokyo style, right? You got to put the style in style. So it would be very easy to emulate or copy, and hence uh, me kind of conceptualizing it as the record style project, and Tokyo being just one of the facets of the record style project. So there could be a Hong Kong record style, there could be a Mumbai record style, there could be a Istanbul record style, there could be a New Orleans record style. And so when I got this whole thing going, I sort of saw that big vision, even though knowing that John's, all of his little sub chapters that he had nothing to do with, that just sprouted up on their own, none of them really took long roots. I still thought, okay, well, why not see if it could happen with music? So I opened up the idea, or at least it's open to anybody who might want to do a record style effort in their neck of the woods, which might mean, hanging around a record store, seeing somebody with a record purchase, I don't know, meeting up with homies and telling them to bring a record and snapping a few shots. It's kind of merging. I've always wanted to merge my passion for photography and my passion for music. And like concert photography, a bit boring. only because it's just always the same person at a mic. It just doesn't get that, like, the most interesting rock photography generally is like backstage or in the car or in the limo or maybe from the back of the stage to the front of the stage. But like in the pit of just people singing and playing into a mic, there's only so many and it's kind of like not very flattering photography. Like you don't want to see people eating food, like mid bite. That's like if you snap a photo at a wedding and they're like mid bite, they're like, oh shit, this guy's gonna get me like eating a piece of steak, right? And the guitar players sometimes, or the piano players, you know, they're like playing. They got these like funny contorted faces, and it's not. I don't know. It's not my. I don't like to. I'm not interested in it. It's not beautiful, really. Photography. Tokyo Record Style's not exactly beautiful, but I try to flatter people as best I can, and it's an interesting juxtaposition. The Dang it! Why are the comments not coming up? Hold on, this keeps happening. Hold on, let me get this up. All messages are visible. Hold on. Super chat. Okay, I hope I got this right. Okay. Hey there, John Cale. I gotta do that. I know. Paris, 1940, 1840, in 1890, 1920, 1910. Is that it? Paris, 1910. I feel like that's it. Chris Hill's recommending this John Cale record to me that I've been meaning to listen to for a long time, and I just have not gotten around to it. It's like homework, but I want to do it because I love John Cale. But it'll help me get to know Chris Hill, so I need to do it. But it's a lot of only so many hours in the day. Anyway, the Discord is our record style Discord. That was the very, very, very long way to say that the Discord that we're hosting, where there's about a dozen or a couple dozen of us on there, and it's really, really groovy, and it's the record style. It's not Tokyo specific. It's record style. So I kind of want to encourage anybody who's a little bit curious about connecting, having like a little bit deeper conversations about music and ongoing threads and a sort of snarky less zone to hang out and talk about music. We created like a really good, we've got a very strong seedling growing. We're all very proud of it, I think, and it's really groovy. So if you're curious about it, send me a DM on Instagram or whatever, and I'll tell you more about it. So it's the record style Discord, and Tokyo is just like one aspect of it. And yeah, so let's walk and talk. I'm gonna get some steps in here. I'm gonna bring you with me. Zedzuko, if you're out there, I've got your package with me in the car with the address on it. All I have to do is go to the post office and drop it off. And it was payday yesterday, so I finally have a little bit of pocket money. Let's see if we can do this right. So this is my gimbal. What is this? Whatever this guy is, this telescoping gimbal thing. This is what I use for some of my stuff. Not all of it. I don't really like the gimbal so much. I use the DJI action cameras on like a much more simple selfie stick. The gimbal is kind of a giant pain in the neck, to be honest, but it's good for the phone. Oh no! Don't tell me we're out of juice on it. I just charged it yesterday. Uh-oh, that could be bad. No, it should be okay. All right, we're good. You guys want to go for a walk? We're going to go for a walk. Okay. I don't need much. I'm going to bring this just in case. I'm going to try to change the audio source here. I don't know if it's going to be better or worse. We're going to try together. But I also use the DJI mics. And let's just try. It might be a little bit better. It'll help with like wind or whatever. These should be all charged up. Okay, let's hear it. Let me know how the audio is. I'm plugging in now. Check, check, check. 1, 2. Check, check, check. I think we're good. Can you guys hear me? Any comment? Can you guys hear me okay? Is it better? Is it worse? Is it lower? Is it higher? Does it sound okay? Check, check, check. 1, 2. Check, check, check. Anybody out there in Streamland? Am I okay? I'm going to assume it's okay. Do I have everything I need? Okay, let's do this. Get some steps in. We're going to walk down Omotesando. Okay, okay. Okay. Oh, this is kind of obnoxious. Let me fix this. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Let me do this. Uh-oh. Hold on. I gotta set you guys down for a second. Oh. We're getting there. Come on, babe. Okay. Give me a second. Oh, no. See, the gimbal is kind of a... Okay. Just a second. Okay, are we okay there? All right. Oh, God. You little stinker. Okay, we're walking. Let's go, we always go, well, let's just go this way. Okay, so we're off. Getting some steps in. I think I'm okay. I wondered if I locked my car. I think I didn't. I think I left about $10,000 worth of photography equipment in there. So if you rush to Japan and all the way to Meiji Shrine and you can find my car and unlock it, you can steal $10,000 worth of photography equipment. It's probably not that much actually, because all my shit's beat to hell. I'm really hard on my equipment. Yeah, so this is where we're going. I've brought you here before, but I just want to come and enjoy and invite you along with me. So that's where I came from, and the long torii gate. If you can see, I think I can zoom in actually. Does this work? No. But if I zoom all the way in, you can see the torii gate over there. So you walk through that and you go all the way over here. And forgive me because we're not going to go to the shrine unless I'm feeling it on my way back. But I'm going to go to Omotesando and walk down Harajuku, maybe Cat Street? Should we walk down Cat Street? Or excuse me, Takeshitadori it's called. Cat Street's a different thing. Okay. So what's going on with you guys? I might need some help with some prompts to keep the stream of consciousness going, but I'll do my best. What can I tell you? yesterday I was very happy for two reasons. One, well, this is not exactly a reason to be happy. There was a band that I discovered, or I was turned on to back in the day, that Jose mentioned on Surface Noise on YouTube, the Surface Noise show, led by Chance. Jose was on there and sadly mentioned that one of the members from Timbre Timbre, no, actually, how do you pronounce this word, timbre? Timbre. The quality of a sound. Is that what timbre is? The sort of shrillness or deadness, or is that the timbre of a sound? Somebody give me a definition of timbre. But I think it's pronounced timbre, unless that's a totally different concept. But anyway, the name of this band was Timbre, Timbre, Timber, Timbre, Timbre Timbre, or Timbre Timbre. And I never shared this band with anybody. I never heard another person ever mention it. Except the one time, I think the guy who turned me on to it. But I've never heard anybody talk about it. It's so good. Hot Dreams was one of the many, many records that they put out. And it might be like it's really just one guy. And he sadly died this week or this month. And I hadn't thought about him in ages. I never actually owned any of the records. I only ever streamed it. So I forgot about it and I stopped listening to it. And it was great to be able to, okay, so here's the guys are out there sweeping up, the monks. These guys are like maybe monks in training, or it's just a part-time job. It could be, but they're probably they're probably in training or something. I saw a comment come up, let me get that. The quality given to a sound by its overtones. Thank you. Thank you who was that? Thank you, Scott Stricknine. Yeah, I thought so. So can you tell me the pronunciation? Is it timbre? It's French maybe, timbre or something. It's got a little, even if I say it, my American accent, I'm still probably pronouncing it somewhat wrong. So here is the entrance to the shrine. We'll go on our way back. But there's these giant, huge torii gates. Timbre is French in origin, which apparently in its pronunciation, it's often pronounced timbre, okay? And more with a French influence, second syllable, timbre. Yeah, I thought so. I did study French for a couple years. I figured as much. Okay, so I was right. Timbre, timbre. Timbre, timbre. Timbre, timbre. Something like this. And these are the kind of beautiful sake casks. You've seen them before, but you can see them again. Over here are the sake casks, and over here are the wine casks. Now, Japan is not famous for wine yet, but you mark my word, give them 10 or 20 more years and they're gonna have some of the best wine in the world. They're growing grapes out in Yamanashi. And here are the sake casks, and that all come from various farms around Japan, I assume. And each one is the family's, well, I say farms, they're distilleries is where they're from. Sorry for the loud, you might hear a loud blower, I guess. Man, I sure did like it better when they were using those beautiful brooms and not these loud blowers. It's killing the vibe. It's a very cool graphic wall of kanji, and these will say all the names of the distilleries. And you know, they're probably producing hundreds, if not thousands of barrels of sake every year, and then they send one to the shrine. Okay. So let's see if we can get far away from this blower. So I'm gonna walk us all the way over here to, at the end of this road is Harajuku, and the top of Omotesando Boulevard. And that's where I want to walk today, just for fun, just to do something different, because I've walked you here before, but I want to walk you somewhere else. It's a very, very nice morning. Quite crisp and sunny. You can see everybody's wearing their jackets, but it'll warm up today. It'll be hot properly. Not hot, but it'll be, you can, get around in a short sleeve shirt. I see a guy coming up with shorts and t-shirt. So, yeah, sadly the timber guy lost his life. I don't know how exactly, but it's very unfortunate, very sad to hear that. Very young, younger than like 43, young guy. So super, super bummer. It's an excuse, sort of sad excuse, but it's an excuse to explore the discography a little bit more thoroughly. I listened to a couple of them, but the Hot Dreams one is just absolutely brilliant. And then the other fun thing that happened yesterday was that I had a delivery. I don't often order records from overseas, but Ween's 7th album, and kind of hard to get on wax, record called White Pepper was re-released along with Quebec, which is a highly sought after record. Original presses go for a lot. I have Quebec on wax, but I've never owned White Pepper. It's from 2000, and it's got a kind of a funny story about it. I'll show you real quick here. This is the Meiji Jingu. So Meiji is the first emperor of Japan after it was opened again. After the samurai days were over, the samurai relinquished power, and there was the Meiji restoration, and this is his shrine. And here's the museum, and I suppose it has collections of various items from the Meiji era. Look how beautiful these trees are. Look at this. This is called Shinryoku. It's the new green growth on the trees. And is it not? It's just so nice. It's such a gorgeous color green. And the light just coming through there. Oh, I love it. That's a Japanese maple tree, momiji. And this will get so beautiful and vibrant orange and red and yellow in the day, in the fall. Nice little couple doing a little Photoshop here, little photo session. And there's just like a little, little river that goes through here. Lots of little critters that live in here. There's definitely a hakubishin, a civet, a weasel, because I saw him the other day. Saw a couple comments come up. Yeah, Mark Lastman, I thought about you. Timber is a great Canadian band, very sad news in these parts. Yeah, I think Ontario. I believe they're from Ontario. Tell us what you know about them. I'd like to know a little bit more about them. Whoops. Oh, okay. So here's where we're going. And there's a beautiful new torii gate. It's got that kind of blonde wood. We're walking up this long sando, this long boulevard. All these people are coming from Harajuku Station, and we essentially came from the back way. But these guys are all coming from the front of and they're all going to the shrine. So we're actually leaving. And yeah, so Ween's White Pepper arrived in the mail from Germany yesterday. It took forever. Like I pre-ordered it like 3 or 4 or 5 months ago. And it finally came, which was really cool. And I saw that I could have bought, if I had waited and bought it at Tower Records, I probably could have paid half the price that I paid to import it myself. But it's okay, I didn't expect Tower to get it. I expected it to just get snatched up by the Ween heads very, very quickly. But a great record, and it's on like, they call it like, it's white pepper. It's a really clever kind of, the artist who did the cover, I forgot his name, but I've seen his name before. It's a bell pepper on the cover, but it's white, which you've never seen before. It's very clever. You never think about, like, didn't it kind of like, do you remember what, I kind of do. Do you remember when you first heard the word white pepper? I have OGs and reissues of White Pepper Quebec. The White Pepper reissue is a nice present. Yeah, it was fun to, I mean, I had it on CD, and I have a couple versions of CD. Japanese CD has an extra bonus Japanese track, and I actually have a Canadian CD, which is kind of cool. And I think I used to have an American version of it, because I know all the songs, or I streamed it. Maybe I didn't. I lost all my CDs at one point, which is a bummer. And I've been looking for them for kind of ages, calling all my old friends from Colorado. Do you have my CDs? No? Do you have my CDs? I think I just properly gave them away once. I was like, I burned them all to hard disk. Don't need them anymore. Take them. They're yours. And it's a bit futile to go back and try to look for them. Ontario, Quebec, man. Their name came from some early recording they made up in country here in a timber cabin. Very cool. Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing. Okay, so here's the Torii Gate. And there have been like problems, believe it or not, of like idiot foreigners, tourists carving their name into the wood. And like, you know, so-and-so loves so-and-so. It's really, oh, whoops, it says do not touch. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So then you actually bow when you walk through the Torii Gate. And this is new, I believe it's hinoki wood. And I think it's actually from Taiwan. I'm not sure, but the big hinoki trees, which are, I don't know how to say hinoki in English, but they are essentially the redwoods of Asia, I think. And they, what am I trying to say? You can also have like allergic reactions to them. Some people are allergic to it. Oh my gosh, this is so special. Sumo is just insanely cool. I'd say it's the second coolest thing I've ever seen in Japan. The first being the horseback riding archery. That is just amazing. But sumo is equally supremely cool, and we have to wait until October, so it's quite a ways off. But there's only 2 tournaments per year, I think, 2 big tournaments per year. And yeah. So there's a little plaza here. Muted, okay. They put the mute, I think I'm unmuted now. No? Am I still muted? It's okay now or no? Good now. The reverse camera and the mute button are right next to each other. That's not good. What I wanted to share with you is this bridge where I'm standing right now. Sorry about that, guys. Thanks for sharing that with me. This bridge that we're standing on, the Yamanote line is right below us, and here's Harajuku Station. And this is the Champs-Élysées Boulevard, the sort of Saks Fifth Avenue. And then over here is Takeshitadori and Harajuku. This whole area is Harajuku. And it's kind of known for youth culture and also underground sort of, how to say, second tier bespoke fashion houses that aren't the Louis Vuittons and Gucci's and Armani's and stuff like that are down here on Omotesando. So what happens right here at this very spot is the sort of confluence of youth culture and, you know, high fashion. And what sadly is gone is that young people, young fashion aficionados would come to Harajuku and they might be able to afford a bag or sunglasses or a hat or some piece of high fashion brand that they would sort of remix with some of the second and third tier design studios that are equally super cool. They just don't have the, you know, the scale or the size of the majors. So, and if you were really good at mixing and matching and collecting and all of this, you would basically piece together a really amazing ensemble that was a very loud statement, not obnoxious, but pronounced. And you'd have your shoes, and you'd have, I mean, you look like you should be in a magazine. You look like you should be on the cover of a magazine. You wear this like catwalk types of things where you see them on TV or in a magazine. You say, who actually wears this? People would buy those pieces, and maybe they're like maybe they have one friend who works at like Issey Miyake, and they would, you know, every once a year they have like a family sale, and you get invited to the family sale, and all of those catwalk pieces get sold at like giant discounts, and you're in fashion world, and you'd put together a really cool piece, and then you would come and stand here on the bridge, and there'd be like, remember that scene from like Life of Brian where there's like the various prophets, they're like one after another, and they're like, blessed are he who da 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 da, and they shall inherit the, and then not the Beatitudes moment, but the part where there's like the row of prophets. There'd be like a row of really fully decked out fashionistas on both this side of the bridge and on that side of the bridge. And it was very cool to come and see them. They were like country kids who were living out in the sticks, who, you know, were trying to grab a piece of, you know, cosmopolitan life and high society life and high fashion life. And, you know, you see them on the trains, like way out in the sticks. They're coming in with full fashion regalia and, you know, say using all their savings to buy one jacket, you know, or one, you know, suit or one dress or whatever. And they would come here, and it was a place to study fashion. It was very cool. It's very sad that it's no longer here. And like fast fashion has taken over, and it's just a relic, if you ever see it, of a bygone era that was really, really cool. Over here, off in the distance is Shibuya, and you can just barely see the top of the Tongay Stadium. Let me see if we can get a little bit better view of it over here. It's a pretty spectacular piece of architecture. Unfortunately not. It's hiding behind there, but I think if you can kind of see just some little bits of it. It's right there. It's a very special place, an architectural marvel that I recommend anybody who's coming to Tokyo who's slightly interested in architecture come and check out. Let's go down Takeshitadori just because it's ridiculous. It's kind of obnoxious and silly, and then we'll walk back up Omotesando. And we'll probably run out of juice at some point, but we're just gonna go for it. Are we okay? We're okay. Okay, so this is kind of cool. This is sticker graffiti. So yeah, this is, I think, sort of preferred to like spray paint graffiti, because the thought is that you can remove it. It's a little bit more gentle, even though I sort of, because you know, you can remove it, like it's harder to remove than, or it's easier to remove than paint. There's sticker graffiti. And I have to say, guilty as charged. I've contributed to these. I won't be contributing to one on camera, but you maybe might see some Tokyo record style graffiti, sticker graffiti. And some people bring like these very long telescoping sticker applicators, where they put the stickers that you wonder how like some of the sticker got like way up on a telephone pole. They bring these things and they put the stickers way up high where nobody can reach them. So we're here right now outside of Harajuku Station, and we are going to walk down to Takeshitadori, that famous place where, I mean, I heard somebody from Vietnam recently say that, or no, it was somebody who was talking about Vietnam, saying that everywhere you go, now you get the same cup of coffee. It's the same experience, no matter if you're in London or in New York or in, you know, Saigon. It's like the same wood counter, the same muzak, the same sort of snobby vibe, and no longer, you know, are all these different cultures unique, and they're all just sort of blending into one. And Tokyo is definitely not immune to that. And maybe Japan on the whole, maybe it's a little bit of an outlier in that, I don't know, I don't know, maybe not so, but Harajuku is past its prime. It's past its individuality. Shibuya, definitely so. Kabukicho, I've been talking a lot about recently. Kabukicho is a bit of a distant memory. And yeah, so right here we've got like Uniqlo and H&M, where there was once some funky sports good, and I forgot what was here before, but it was like little apartments and lots of little shops inside apartment buildings. What often happens to these like rather big apartment buildings that were once sort of affordable housing for residents, they get rented out by little businesses who run their businesses in apartment buildings. So then we've got, this is kind of a big brand. Soccer shop Kamo. This has all the soccer culture and soccer. You know, so Japan does. They're gonna someday win the World Cup. You know, it's probably many years from now, but it could happen at some point. They're very, you know, they've got that Moneyball kind of way of playing. Saw a comment from, okay. Am I muted again? Am I okay now? Okay. Yes, you're unmuted. Okay, good. Okay, just going back. Okay, I bet that there are a bunch of secret places that are still pretty unique. Yeah, of course. I mean, there's just like infinite places. So, hey, happy-go-lucky, nice to see you here. I'm outside of the other entrance of Harajuku Station. There's one station up there. Look at this girl right here. That's kind of like what you used to see all the time. And those trousers and those shoes and all of those pieces, that's not just like, you know, that's not just a bunch of junk that you get at the, like, you know, family fashion store. That's all. It's a mix match together. It's some brand of something. There's one piece in there that's from a really probably amazing designer. I'm guessing. That's kind of the idea there. It's to mix and match all of these together. Anyway, outside of Harajuku Station, a legendary place that is right outside of Takeshitadori, this very famous street that is the center of youth culture, and it looks very uncrowded today. It's often overwhelming with tourists and young Japanese people. So we're just gonna take a walk down it, and like I said, it's kind of a far cry of what it used to be. Lots of sticker graffiti. You know, it's kind of like getting to be like a little bit of a problem maybe. And there's just like, there's shops everywhere. You know, I mean, there's like, you know, 5 levels of, you know, in B1s too. I mean, you never, something that you might be looking for maybe like way up on the 6th or 7th floor of something. Or it might be down some alley. These are like little street stalls, and they have like, you know, really ridiculous, super kitsch. The churro is a kind of thing that, it's like a Disneyland food that's popular in Tokyo, or in Japan. And this is the Purikura Club. So Purikura. Puri is purinto, print, and kura is club, Purikura. And they have all these, you know, it's called a print club. It's a little box that you walk into, and it has like a little, you know, sort of like a ID camera, you know, and there's a camera in there, and you do photos with your friends, and they've got all different kinds and all different manner, and you can basically print out these sort of ID style camera booth photos, and then you can doctor them up and like make your eyes look bigger and make your lips look more peachy, and you know, do makeup and actually look kind of ridiculous, and you can, you know, write things on them. And this is a whole shop of them. So if you're coming to Harajuku with your friends and you want to hang out and make a little memorial of your day shopping and whatever, maybe you'll come and have like a soft cream and a churro and go get a photo down at the Purikura. So that's that thing. And then here's the black McDonald's. McDonald's went black. That was a thing they did a few years ago, and that black is meant to, there was, the first black one was all waiters, believe it or not. You ordered and then they brought it to your table. It was sort of like this. And so, but now black has just become like normal. Same thing with like credit cards, you know, it's like gold is not that impressive anymore, it's black. And then when black isn't impressive anymore, it'll be titanium, and so on. What time is it? The 100 yen store, Daiso is a big brand. Daiso's got all the 100 yen stuff. They're not open yet. Crepes are another big thing in Harajuku. Crepe culture is the same sort of deal as the churros. Crepes, in fact, are definitely more popular and famous. Come get a crepe in Harajuku. More sticker graffiti, actual graffiti. And, you know, I don't know, how do we feel about this? I'm not really sure. Little photo shoot, proper kitsch, like real deal, the super, super kitsch, the super, super touristy stuff. And then, because it's 9:15 in the morning, a lot of the shops are closed. And when the shops are closed, sometimes you'll see graffiti on the shutters. These are the shutters. And, but sometimes they'll paint art on the shutters. Now this is just like, this thing just got tagged, but sometimes the shop owner or the building owner will commission like a beautiful artwork to actually like deter graffiti. But you have to admit, like, this is pretty, it's like sticker graffiti. It's like, I mean, it's kind of a vernacular of the city. I don't know, is this everywhere in the world? I'm not really sure. That's pretty freaking interesting. As like a object, you know? And look, there's a pole right here, nothing's on this pole, and yet everything's here. Even Jesus saves. You know, like, look at that. Look at this guy. That's so funny. It's like so many little messages. I mean, I put stickers on some of these things. They often sort of like fade away after some time. But I mean, like, look at this. This has got nobody's brand on it. It's got nobody's name. It's not meant to be a advertisement for anything. It's just sticker art. I mean, this one as well. It's just like, it's a very interesting subculture. Right? Pretty cool. I don't see any blue stickers. Yeah, if we're not looking in the right place. Let's go look at this. There's something funny over here. Here's the rainbow donut. Like at like noon, this place will probably be, it's like the rainbow bagel. They've got the rainbow cake or something. What is it? Rainbow cheese bread. Anybody want some rainbow cheese bread? There it is. Anyone? And then there's like little more, these are where this is the sort of back alleys that I'm talking about. This is actually where it gets properly fashionable. There will be like little design studios and people running their, quite, how to put it, quite, sophisticated and like promising upcoming design studios that are just off of Takeshitadori. So this is a capsule toy shop, so the gacha gacha shop. So all these people are lining up probably because there is some special, this is a very interesting subculture where it's a toy culture, and not unlike record culture, there are these gacha gacha toys that some individual or some studio will earn a gacha. This is the gacha gacha world. It's here's one that specializes in, well, who knows? It's like a whole gacha gacha world. I mean, I should go down there and check it out, but I kind of should stop and ask for permission. You should interview the guys that filled those vending machines. Which guys? Were there some guys down there that were filling vending machines? Anyway, what's happening is that somebody who really is crazy for toys wants to remake a soft vinyl toy or some little gizmo, and they want to put it in a gacha gacha. And so they work with what do we call it? The IP owner of the property, and they work out some deal where they want to license it, and they want to run a mini run of it in Harajuku, and they want to sell it at this capsule hotel, and they pay the license fee, and they work with some little factory who makes, I don't even know, hundreds, thousands. It's probably similar to records, in the thousands, I'm guessing, and then they earn some. That's their gig. Licensing small runs of like vintage toys or their own toys or their original toys, and they sell them in these gacha gacha capsule toy things, and they're everywhere. I mean, they're literally everywhere, and often what people will do, it's like, and they have everything that you can possibly imagine. This is an Otani key holder, and what people will do is they'll buy these for $5 or 100 yen. This one's 200 yen, and then they'll sell them on eBay for 500 yen or 1,000 yen. And these guys are getting ready for a special drop, same as we do when we line up for record stores to flip records. These guys might be the flippers. They might be like dedicated fans of whatever the property is that's getting released, but they might be flippers. They might know that one of the, hi there.
How are you?
Nice, how are you guys? Having fun? Okay, you wanna come talk to us? We're live streaming. Come on, come talk to us. So my name is Brian.
I'm Nikki.
Nikki and?
I'm Kalia.
Kalia,
Yes.
welcome. Are you guys, you're living in Japan, visiting?
We're visiting.
Okay, where are you coming from? Hold on, let's get this set up. This is never really works the way I want it to, right? Okay.
Always wanted to time.
Okay, we're gonna do this. So what we're doing is we talk about music, and I photograph people like just walking by who bought music records and stuff. So it's mainly about music, but occasionally I just live stream. And today I'm just walking down Harajuku. So where are you guys coming from?
I'm coming from Philly.
From Philly?
I'm from Philly, but live in Miami.
Okay, Miami and Philly, nice. I'm from Tulsa.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've been living in Japan for 20 years, since 2004, yeah. Yeah, so first time, been?
First time.
Yeah,
Okay,
first time.
and when did you arrive? A couple days ago?
Wednesday?
Okay, good, positive first impressions.
Thursday. Oh, yeah,
Thursday.
Thursday. Yeah, we
You
love-
guys look amazing, by the way. I love your style. These guys are decked out in full-on Harajuku regalia, looking nice. Kalia
Yes.
and Nikki, sorry, okay. So what's Tokyo for a few days? Are you gonna do
Well, we
Kyoto?
came straight to
Shinjuku, yeah.
And then we're going to Osaka.
Okay.
Couple days.
Let me do this here.
4 days, 3 days.
Let's get all pro. Let's do this pro. Hold on, the magnet's gonna fall through here. We'll do this. Hold on. I like this. We'll do it this way. All right. Hi there. We're talking to Nikki and Kalia. Okay. So from Philly and from Miami. So say again. I lost track. You're gonna stay in Tokyo for a few days and then.
Yes, we're going to Osaka for a few days.
Okay. Nice. Osaka's cool.
Yes.
And Kyoto's not on the itinerary.
For a day.
Yes, 4 days.
Okay,
Wednesday.
that's perfect. You
We're
don't
shopping.
shopping.
We're here for the vintage shopping.
Okay, vintage shopping.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are you gonna go for vintage shopping? Harajuku. Where else?
Kyoto and Osaka.
Okay, Kyoto and Osaka. And when you say vintage shopping, I have to ask: are you talking about vintage Japanese?
So vintage, like designer.
Vintage
So the
designers.
Louis.
Yeah.
Okay, the Louis and stuff. No, okay, got
Yeah.
it. Right.
Yes.
All right. I gotcha.
Chanel.
Have you found? Is it? There must be a whole subculture of people selling, right?
It is.
It is. We
Okay.
found a lot of places on TikTok, so
Right.
A whole
we're
lot. We went
discovering.
down a rabbit hole on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I see them I see these little boutiques kind of in the back alleys where they're selling handbags, fashion, clothes, everything.
Yeah,
Are you after
jewelry.
everything?
Whatever we
Jewelry.
see.
Whatever we see.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
nothing specific.
Okay. Are you in fashion?
No, we're both are
behavioral
behavioral
health.
Yeah, we're both
Okay.
behavioral
Oh,
health.
good for you. Okay, we need more of you. I need some behavioral health, please.
That's right.
Okay.
Everybody does.
It's all of us.
Okay. All right. Well, that's very cool. And who's your favorite designer?
I would say Bottega.
Bottega. Okay. Are you gonna go to the? Have you been to a Bottega already?
Not
Not
here.
here.
No,
Okay,
we
you
haven't
should
been
go.
to the designer districts here yet.
Nope.
Okay. Well, you're just off of Omotesando.
No.
Oh yeah. When you get out to the end of the street,
Mhm.
hang a right,
Okay.
and when you get to the big intersection, you can either go left or right. There's definitely a Bottega on Omotesando. It's sort of the Champs-Élysées of Tokyo.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The Fifth Ave or the Rodeo or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. And then another place you ought to go check out is Ginza. How much more time do you have in Tokyo?
We leave next Thursday.
Oh, you got tons of time. Okay, so well, if you're a Bottega fan, the Bottega building in Ginza is especially beautiful, and it's next to
I feel like all the stores here is beautiful.
right.
But inside, I'm like,
right. They'll have a museum. Sometimes they have a gallery at the top, they'll have like exhibitions of artists and photographers and maybe collaborators. Okay, so Bottega's your designer. Who's your designer?
So I like Chanel and I like Marine Serre.
Okay, nice. There's a great Chanel's up the road. I think there might even be a couple of them. So very cool. All right, I'm going to tell you my favorite designer,
Okay.
who's right around here. You probably won't have heard of him, but he's done a collab with Louis Vuitton. He's very sadly passed away some years ago, but his two Japanese daughters, he's British. His name is Christopher Nemeth, Nemeth, and he wasn't like Ralph Lauren in the sense that I think Ralph got his start by like getting offcuts of
okay.
things and patching them together, and it was sort of this unfinished thing. Christopher Nemeth also has this very ratty-tatty, sort of unfinished, fat, like, and very cool. And these really, really crazy silhouettes that you only see really in Harajuku. These kind of like, almost like absurdly baggy pants that come down to like little narrow bits, and these jackets that seem to like
Well, that's in now.
catwalk type kind of fashion, right? And he's over he's that way. You might not be able to find his shop, but it's pretty cool. I'm happy just to mention his name. Okay, so Nikki and Kalia. Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna send you on your way. And hold on, I'm gonna give you my card. I'm gonna give you my card so you guys can go see us on Tokyo Record. Let me see if anybody left a comment for you. Brian, you should. Okay, no, they're okay. I'm kind of muting. It's music. These guys don't know anything about fashion. I don't know anything about fashion.
Look at how I'm looking on your camera.
Am I doing okay? I'm
Yeah,
like all over the place.
okay.
Do I look okay? All right. Hey. Kalia and Nikki. So thank you for stopping and chatting me up. Thank you for saying hello. Yeah, and if you take one of those, and if you get in a pickle in Japan, you have a new friend.
I know that's
Yes.
right. Thank you, Brian.
Yes, Brian from
Thank
Tokyo
you.
Record Style. Look me up. You guys keep looking great.
Thank you. And
Thank
since
you
we
so
talking
much.
music, I love Drake, and we cannot wait for the new album to drop.
Oh
Ice
shit!
Man.
Okay, Drake. I think we have a Drake producer on here who's
Okay.
tuning in. Yeah, Drake, and give us a music recommendation.
Oh my goodness.
Come on,
I
on
don't
the spot.
know. You said on the spot. Beyonce.
Old school Beyonce. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Beyonce.
You can't go wrong with
And
Drake. And,
Jay-Z,
and
because
Jay-Z.
you know he's dropping a concert in Times Square.
Okay, word. All right. See you, ladies. Have a nice day. Okay, very groovy. We talked to Nikki and Kalia. Couldn't burn their names to memory quick enough. That was fun. I think the audio might have been all over the place, but hey, that's fun. They were gregarious and friendly. Am I doing okay on audio? Philly is an awesome city, says Gary. Sorry, Gary. I'll when I catch up with them, I'll tell them here. Okay, wait, we gotta see this. Oh, go man. Okay, no cameras, no videos. It's the public street, but still. Interesting. No cameras. Okay. All right, don't worry. Anybody else have a message for Kalia or Nikki if I pass them one more time? Okay, here's another one, the choco banana. That's a thing that people do. Japan again. Hold on, Japan again? Yeah, I'm in Japan. Kanye, okay, playing Japan again? No, he's playing New York, is what they said. He's playing Philly, or no, he's playing New York, they said. Here's a sort of classic crepes patisserie from Harajuku since 1976. Well, I think she got a facelift recently. That looks pretty good. And then here's the sweet place over here. And you can get all manner of crepes. And yeah, ooh, they're getting expensive. 800 yen, 1,000 yen. Okay, so they have numbers and you order the numbers. It's kind of fun. Oh, interesting, they have 4. Okay. You know what I always go for? It's a little embarrassing. I go for the savory one. They sometimes have the, I like these savory ones down here. The tuna and cheese, these ones. But these are always nice and fun. A fun little treat to, share with your daughter, something like that. So, yeah. Yes, you had a Drake fan here earlier, Grass, if you were just tuning in. She was saying that she's so excited about, I think, Drake getting ready to drop a new album, I'm not sure. Or maybe, and getting ready to play some live shows. Did I hear that right? In New York. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, this is like a bobo tea place. And they're making the bobo tapioca tea. Interesting. Okay, this is Harajuku. This is like Lolita style, they call this, you know? And yeah, I know what you might be thinking, but it's a subculture. And as far as I know, it's called Lolita. And it doesn't really have, yeah, you tell me what you think. I don't really know. But it's both cute and sexy, and I don't know. Japan's got a little bit more of a, it has a little bit more of innocence. I don't know. I can't comment on it really. But you see these girls dressed in like full Lolita style. In fact, you know, I see some like junior kind of, you know, it's a thing, Lolita style. Adults or teenagers? I mean, both really. Yeah, he put a giant ice pile. Oh, that was, I saw that. Wasn't there like some kind of explosion? But it didn't melt fast enough, so the cops are breaking it down in Toronto. I saw that. I saw that there was like some explosion maybe, or there was some fire, interestingly. And I was like, whoa, Drake's like, it's like fire and ice. So, okay, here's an interesting dried fruit shop. Oh, look at this. Holy shit. I would like to go here actually. This is an otter cafe. Good God. For 2,500 yen or 4,500 yen, you can go hang out with otters. Explosives was for the video shoot. Okay, interesting. Anybody want to go hang out with Kawa, Gu, Taiko, Waka, Shizuka, Kuma, Hide, Nobita, Shippo? Kawaii, cute. Okay. And here's a dried fruit shop. That looks pretty cool. Okay, so it's just waking up. So again, like, there might be something interesting happening up here in places you never thought to look. Some little, you know, I don't even know. People are, I don't think that they're residing here, but there are things that are happening, and there's lots of awful kitsch as well. Heaps of it. Oh my God, look at this place. We walked past the Hello Kitty land, the San Bio land. This is the Wiggle Wiggle Zip flagship store. I have no idea about Wiggle Wiggle Zip, but this place is a bit crazy. Okay, here's some proper graffiti. You don't really get to see this that much because the shutters are usually closed. And like, how is one black and the next one is totally, I don't know. This is interesting. You see Hangul, Korean. It's very weird to see the Korean, this is Korean language, not Japanese, on the shop. This is a total Korean ramen and noodle, and I'm not even sure what else they have. But interesting to see that. Okay, so that is Takeshi Tadori. Oh, there's quite a few of you guys hanging out. Can I ask you guys to smash the like button if you're enjoying? I'm just out on a morning walk. I'm just really getting in some steps. I was feeling sort of sluggish and I needed to like just get out and move my body around. And last time I did this, I went to Meiji Jingu, which is where I parked today. But today I decided to walk down, walk around Harajuku. So now we're out here on Meiji Dori, and this way goes to Shinjuku, and this way goes to Don't judge me, says Dallas. Last time I was on that street, I popped into McDonald's for a Coke Zero and small fries. Oh man, no judgment. It's so funny, you know. You're like, you don't go to McDonald's for. Oh, I didn't go to McDonald's for years, and then like one day, you know, I never thought I'd go again. And the next thing I know, I'm like, you know, I'm never feeding my kids McDonald's. And then, you know, you're there every other week. And now, luckily, we don't go there much anymore. Although I've been known to have a Coke Zero and some fries, for sure. Okay, so what's happening right now is all of these design shops, like here's New Balance. New Balance is getting ready to do a big collab drop with somebody. I don't know who the collab is, but it's like Louis, but it's not Louis, but it's like Bape or Supreme. Supreme's gonna do a collab with, and people are lining up for like way down the street. And they might be lining up for something different, maybe for Murasaki Sports, but I bet you it's for New Balance. And there's some like original sneaker that's gonna get ready to drop, and it's probably instantly gonna sell for 5 times or 10 times on eBay or whatever. And so if these people aren't collecting it to add to their collection, then they're getting ready to sell it at SneakerCon or, you know, sneakerheads. That's a whole world of subculture. So this direction is Shibuya, and we're coming here to the big crossroads, and I think I may end up running out of battery at some point, so I'm not sure how long I should go. But yeah, this side of Harajuku is sort of the kitsch side and the sort of crepe and like teeny bopper side. And this side of Harajuku is where it gets into the really more sophisticated design houses and whatnot. And here's a project that I got to be connected to a little bit. I did photography and worked with the designers of this building. This is the new Fender flagship store in Harajuku. It's the only one of its kind in the world. And it was a very lucky chance to cooperate with Fender and see into the inner workings of such a awesome company. The people who run Fender are supremely cool and fun and funny and out for a really good time. And yeah, very lucky that we got to cooperate a little bit. I only played a microscopic part in the project. My colleagues played a much bigger part, but it was very fun to get to be a part of that. And that is like prime real estate. Right here, we're outside of La Forêt, which is one of the really important design houses and museums, sort of department stores from the old days. La Forêt is the name up there anywhere. It's up there on the big banner. It's been here since the 80s maybe. And it's gonna probably be torn down before too long, and something more modern and glassy and steel and concrete is going to be built here. Not unlike, I forget what this thing is called. I'm not a fan, to be honest. It looks haphazard to me. This is Gold's Gym right here. It's kind of cool. This is funny. This is like prime real estate, some crappy Danchi that's right here on the corner that's just on the verge of getting ready to be torn down. This little apartment building right here on the corner, some of the most prime real estate in all of the city. Where did it go? There it is. And nothing's happening there. I'm sure they're getting ready to build some crazy thing. But this building on this side of the street talks essentially, visually, oh, there goes a pink Lamborghini, to the building on this side of the street, which is, what is the name of this thing? Tokyo Plaza. And it's the one that has that crazy mirror that goes up the escalators. I'm not gonna go in it, but there's something that's happening here and a lot of people are taking photos. I don't know what's going on, but it's some bit of, we can check out what's going on. Some character that you guys know about more than me. Okay, so this is Nikki. Okay, so they're shooting here. Okay. Oh, am I still okay on sound? It looks like I might be. I'm okay. Check, check, check. Okay. So let me see here. Big Love Records is nearby, but they're not going to open till like 2 in the afternoon, unfortunately. Let's see. Let me read some of these comments. McDonald's fish sandwich is killer in Tokyo, says Grasshopper. The Fender store is nearby. Yes, yes, the Fender store is very cool. We just talked about it. The shrimp sandwich. Yes, they don't have that here. Yeah. Oh, I need to try that. I've been stuck on the fish fillet. Okay. Now I saw a fish fillet at the Konbini the other day. Big Love Records. Yep. Okay, you're good on sound. Okay, never been to Big Love. They're open late. Yeah. No, they're not actually open late. They're only open till like 8. They're not open late at all, and they'll kind of kick you out at like 7:45. But they have a bar there, which kind of makes it a little bit distinct. So I guess let's go ahead and keep walking. Hold on, I'm gonna ditch out for 1 second just to see how much battery I have. Okay, 37%. They open not at 11. No, they open at 11? I don't think so. Well, it's 9:45 right now, so that's probably not gonna happen. But I guess we can keep walking. We can get some steps in. This is a great shot for photos, a great place for street photography, because you've got this really long boulevard that you can see people going all the way down there. And if you get some nice bokeh, oh God, I'm gonna make it my mission. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but hold on a second, sorry. Oh, I can't zoom out, hold on. No, I can't zoom out. Let's try switching the camera once. Let's try switching it back. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna make it my life's mission to get the world to pronounce bokeh the correct way. I heard it again. I heard somebody calling it bokeh. I'm just like, no, it's not bokeh, guys. And I'm afraid that we're too late. And that we're never gonna get bokeh back. It's gonna be bokeh forever, which is very unfortunate. Because it just, bokeh, guys, it's bokeh. It's like bakuhatsu, it's bokeh. It's like it's wrong, you got it wrong. Let's fix it. Tell your friends, bokeh, not bokeh. But the bokeh that you get from this street is really nice if you're doing street snaps of street fashion. It's kind of cool. And even though this is like, I mean, there's Breitling over there, Kitty Land's over there. We're getting ready to get into sort of Gucci and Rolex and Chanel sort of territory. But I have to say, this is a really nice part of Tokyo. It would be like a hard, oh, this is my hat place. I often buy hats here. This hat is from here. This is a cool hat. The guy who runs this place is an old friend of mine. Kashira, oh, I should say an old customer of mine. Enjoying the stroll while having brunch in Sydney, Brian. Thank you, Paul the Celt. Thank you for saying so. Yeah, I'm happy to have you here. I've never heard it pronounced before. Boka, buka. It's bokeh. It's B-O-K, B-O-H-K-E-H, bokeh. Let's see if we can change it. It's not boka. I feel like what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to like photo galleries and I'm gonna say like, hey, what's this? And they're gonna say, bouquet. Okay, and I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna get like 100 people to say, bouquet, 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 and then I want it to go viral. Okay, now, I like to kind of pride myself on this strange, funny, silly, stupid thing, that I'm kind of like equal parts punk and hippie. I'm kind of like, yeah, even though I'm probably more of a percentage of one and less of a percentage of another, let's throw like jock and prep in there as well. And let's make some kind of Venn diagram. And I don't know, but I like tortoise shell glasses and, you know, leather patch jackets and tweed trousers and some nice loafers too. So I'm kind of a fan of, and I've always been a fan of Ralph Lauren. And this is the pretty spectacular showroom here at showroom. It's just a shop on Omotesando. It's not open yet, but this shop is amazing. It's really, really groovy. And they have like amazing photography and the heritage of the brand, and it's very, very cool. Now, I know the guy who used to be the CEO of Ralph Lauren in Asia, and he left to become the CEO of Fender. And when he left to become the CEO of Fender, he said he was tired of dressing like a popsicle or something like. I was tired of dressing like a candy cane. So I know that Ralph Lauren has a bit of childishness about it, but it's a little bit of some goody two-shoe vibes. But I still dig it. I don't have any Ralph Lauren. I might have like a polo shirt somewhere, but they have this amazing cafe that's right next to it with these beautiful, beautiful wicker chairs and this I can't, I'm gonna be mindful of these guys. But there is an amazing cafe called Ralph's. And let me tell you, this place is super, super exquisite. They did such a good job with this. The uniforms, I mean, I don't want to be obnoxious, but there is an amazing cake cafe here, and I recommend you come and have a coffee and like a Dutch chocolate cake, really nice. And if you go to some pop-up event, you might see Ralph's little truck here serving on the spot coffee, which is pretty cool. It's a cool brand. I mean, I don't know if I'd want to wear it every day, but I'd like to have a couple pieces, you know, a jacket, a tuxedo perhaps. I'm a death metal hippie. I like that. Yes, you are, Dallas. Okay, I'm a death metal hippie. I wear Ralph Lauren sweaters to work. Yeah, they're you know, they're nice. They're wholesome. It's a wholesome brand. Okay. I spent a lot of money in that Ralph Lauren store. Yes, you did, Mark Glassman. Good for you. Well done. Okay. So, I mean, it's a pretty, you got to see it one more time. And actually, are we past? This is the beginning of Cat Street. Oh, so hold on. So here's the building itself. It's sort of got this neoclassical kind of thing. And it kind of screams that on the inside. It's pretty, wow, nice rig. He's got a real nice rig there. And then this right here, and that over there, this street is this long boulevard called Cat Street because there's like alley cats walking up and down it. And it's really the cool part of Harajuku. It's the real Cat Street's cool. Omotesando is prestigious, but Cat Street's properly fun and cool, and there's a lot of like interesting designers that are up and down Cat Street, and popular minor brands like, trying to think, G-Star or Ray-Ban or I mean, and a bunch of smaller, much smaller brands. What's that toy bear brand? It's cool. And the sneakerhead shops. you know, that maybe some of those guys who were waiting in line back there were about to sell some of those like they'll hold on to them for a half a year or a year, and they'll you know, sell them in their shop. This is kind of cool. This might appeal to the watch collectors amongst you, if there are any. Grand Seiko. No watches out yet because they're just getting ready to open, but it's their premium brand, Seiko's sort of premium watch brand. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Wow, that's really cool. It's a very cool sculpture. Okay, so they're collaborating with some artist. This is, I don't know if everybody does this as well. I don't really know. I don't know much about all these high fashion brands, but I love it when they do interesting collaborations with the Omotesando. What do you call like the off brands? But I love it when they do that. Yves Saint Laurent. This is called Omotesando Hills. This was a danshi before. This was affordable housing. All of this, there's this giant long shopping building that goes all the way across this street that was once a giant complex of affordable housing, and now it's Omotesando Hills, and there it's full of, you know, high fashion brands. You want to get some good bouquet? Come take a picture of this chandelier. This chandelier will give you some really, really groovy bouquet. I'm getting the flicker. This place is cool. It's actually like a really lovely design. Hermes across the way. They might have what's the $40,000 bag they sell? Who was that? Who was that gal? Help me out. The Kate, what was her name? Kate? No, I'm getting that confused. The Aubrey, what was her name? Who makes that expensive Hermes bag? That's actually kind of a cool story, that bag. Here's an interesting style. Not to be a stalker or something, but kind of the disconnected trousers and leggings. Kind of unique. I'm sure I've actually brought you on this little journey before. Okay, I definitely got my steps in. Does anybody have any questions, any prompts for me? Birkin, Jane Birkin, that's it, thank you. There's a Leica store off Cat Street. That's a very cool shop. Yeah, my friend John Saipal, who I opened this stream talking about, Leica's having their 100th year celebration this year, or their 100th year of being in Japan, their 100th year of presence in Japan. And to commemorate the celebration, the anniversary, they hosted an amazing exhibition with my two favorite photographers, Elliot Erwitt and my buddy John Saipal. He got to have a retrospective of the two artists, Elliot Erwitt, I can't believe it, and John Saipal, my buddy. It was incredible. It'd be like if you were an artist and getting to, you know, exhibit your work. It was like, you know, like Picasso. It was, I can't, it's a huge honor, huge honor. And I think I made a video about it. If you scroll back in my videos about, if you search for Leica, you might find the video. I am on the verge of selling my Leicas. I have 3, and I'm about ready to let 2 of them go, along with a bunch of other cameras, and get a bunch of cash to inject into another project I have. I've kept these cameras for 20 years, and they have increased in value by about 500 or 700%, or maybe even like 800%. It's crazy. And it's time, I think, to sell them. Little sad, but this is Bottega. I forgot. I thought this was Todd's. Wow. Okay, the Todd's. I should have recommended it to the girls. This is once the Todd's building. Now it's the Bottega building, and this is the Boss building. This one is by. I think they're both by. I think this one's different. This one is Toyo Ito, and this one I forget who it is. Excuse me. Are you guys bored out of your mind? Here we go. I'll give you the view from the center. There's the Apple store over my shoulder. And this is Omotesando. And all the way down this street takes you back to Harajuku Station, and that little patch of green there in the far distance is Meiji Shrine. And this is where there's parades and demonstrations and this, Champs-Élysées type kind of boulevard. And the trees are lovely, and it's a really nice place to enjoy a day like today. And I'm just spotting this really, Photo Weenie might appreciate this Sylvia. Beautiful little Nissan, I think the Sylvia is. And in the other direction is the rest, the end of Omotesando, and beyond it goes to the back streets of Aoyama, and it starts to just get more posh as you go this way. But it's a nice little walk. Thank you for joining me on this little excursion. So again, this is my Saturday morning weekly, daily live stream. I live stream virtually every day, and I just, ramble on here. And I do it usually in the car, but today is Saturday. I do it kind of on my way to like school and work, but today is Saturday, so I'm just getting some steps in before I go home. Wow, Todd's not Todd's anymore? Interesting. I mean, it's pretty spectacular, this building. Both of them. I know the people who provided the concrete for the building. I should know who designed this one. I know who it is. It's I never remember how to say their name. Hertz and Muron or whatever. Hertzgov and Muron, or help me out here. Somebody find it. It's that one. It's that. I think they're a German. They might be American, but. And then this one. Look at this glass. Hold on. Let me step back from this thing. Look at this glass. Is that not insane? It's really, really interesting. And it like takes the corners. It's pretty cool. It kind of like, I feel like you gotta see it to kind of appreciate it. It's really, really pretty interesting. Happy Saturday to you. Friday for us here in the US of A, DJ Trish. Hi, DJ Trish, nice to see you. Yeah, I got a good, Mark Lastman, you walked a good distance. Yeah, I got a few kilometers in me. Nice catching some of the live stream. Cool view, TGIF, Brian. The Birkin bag. I'm a Timex guy myself, says Gary Harris. I like Timex too. Okay, I'm caught up. Here's the Kawai store, where they sell pianos. Music store, kind of a competitor to Yamaha. Maybe like the second market share, perhaps. They're toy pianos. I think we have a toy Kawai piano at home. And I think Max Mara, I met my wife at a restaurant that was below Max Mara, not this one, but a different Max Mara. There's a little cafe below Max Mara. Here's the Rolex shop. They've got a pretty interesting facade. And this one is appointment only. You can't just walk into the Rolex shop. And Burberry. Nice photography. They'll have like security guards here that won't let, I suppose that's normal. And then this is an interesting Tokyo Union Church. I've never been inside, but a pretty interesting piece of architecture. I think maybe I once stuck my head inside, but I'm sure they have, it's probably a very Labyrinth, Walk for Peace. On World Labyrinth, Tokyo Union Church will host a labyrinth for meditative walking. All are welcome. Interesting. Okay. I haven't really been to a religious service in many years, but you know, I like to try anything. So this is kind of cool. So I mentioned that this whole shopping street was it's called the Omotesando Hills, and it was kind of like a big dispute. It was highly disputed whether they were going to build this, because there used to be this beautiful, affordable housing that looked like this, that lined the entire street, where people lived for decades. And it was a travesty that they built this, they tore down this beautiful, ivy-clad, you know, very sort of utilitarian, Usonian, Frank Lloyd Wright inspired, or I should say inspired by Frank Lloyd Wright, or Frank Lloyd Wright inspiring architecture, perhaps. I don't think it was that old, but I know that Frank Lloyd Wright took a lot from Japan. Louis Vuitton always has amazing window installations. I'm always kind of impressed. My friend Marta does these, and she gets paid the big bucks to do these. And she's like, she should be in The Devil Wears Prada. She's like one of those girls. Very cool. Okay. What do you guys think? It's a fun little challenge for yourself to try to fill dead air for an hour or two. It's an interesting prospect, because you definitely can make a fool of yourself. And, you know, if you do it every day and you don't have writers, or you don't have, you know, somebody feeding you anything, it's really off the top of your head. And I appreciate who's ever hanging out and who doesn't find this completely insufferable. And maybe you have it on while you're doing the dishes or something like that. Really interesting installation from Hermes here. You can have a close look at it. All these little tiny ribbons of ceramic? I'm not sure. Fabric, really kind of pretty beautiful and interesting. Nice, she's waiting in line for Hermes. Impressed. And then sometimes they'll have one of those bags, with the Birkin in here in the window, but not today. Okay. Can I ask you to hit the like button, I guess? I should try to do that. If you're enjoying and you're not subbed up, can you check to see if you're subbed? Can you hit the notifications if you want? I'd be most appreciative. If you're keen to tap into what we're doing on our Discord server, I encourage you to reach out to me on my website at tokyorecordstyle.com or on Instagram at tokyorecordstyle. We've got a really awesome turned on crew there, and everybody's digging on it pretty hard. I don't think anybody else, to be honest, not to like boast or anything, but I don't think people are working in quite the way we are. It's very encouraging community and a very uplifting community and a very engaged community, and also a very like productive. I mean, a very, how to say it, turned on. Whoa, a very turned on crew. Fendi, anyone? Well, that's kind of cool. I never noticed that before. Well, those are lights. That's pretty cool. That's why it looks so good. Look at those lights. That's like neon lights. That's pretty clever, guys. I never appreciated that before. I love it. Wow, they've built architecture with light only. Hold on, I want to zoom out and look at that. I've driven past this a dozen times, and I've never noticed that. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Well done. Yeah, lighting design. Photographers are always appreciating lighting design. This is kind of cool. These are, I mean, you know, high fashion, out of touch brands for sure, but a lot of creativity is going into this stuff. A lot of imagination and artful thinking. So, might not be your jam, but if you can appreciate like great music or great art, you can also appreciate this, I would think, even though there's a level of commerce to it. But I think fashion is culture for sure. So it's a really interesting place to come check out. Never quite remember the name of it. It's called Hey, H-A-Y. Hey, okay, I got 20% left on my phone. That's perfect amount of time to get back. Come to Hey for some souvenirs. It's kind of like a design shop, sort of like MoMA, but different. And off here in the distance, another time I'll take you, is Cat Street. This is a really cool boulevard that takes you all the way to Shibuya. This is where I met Patti Smith not that many moons ago, who was very cool. I saw her at the Trunk Hotel down here at the end of Cat Street, and I said, "Oh my God, there's Patti Smith!" And I walked up to her and I said, "Oh my gosh, Miss Smith?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Miss Patti Smith?" And she said, "Yes," like as if she could be anybody else. And I said, "May I say hello?" She said, "Of course, we can all say hello." Or something, or she said, "Of course." And I said, "Well, I'm just a giant fan of your work, and oh my gosh, I can't believe you're here. Can I ask, what are you doing in Tokyo?" She said, "Oh, I'm having an exhibition working with Yuichi Sakamoto at the Museum of Modern Art." I said, "Oh my God, how cool is that?" She said, "When's the show start?" "Oh, I'm doing this tour of speaking, and of course, like doing the Patti Smith thing." I'm like, "Okay." She says, I said, "Well, I'm a huge fan, and you're so inspiring, and thank you so much for putting so much art and music and poetry into the world, and thank you for letting me say hello." I photograph record collectors here, and that's kind of my fun little project I do. And she said, "Well, this is perfect because there's lots of record collectors around these. I've seen lots of people." And I said, "Yeah, I photographed people with your records before." And she said, "Oh, well, that's sweet." And I said, "Well, thank you for your time." And she said, "We can always stop and say hello to each other, Brian." And I was like, "Oh my God. Oh my God." Like 3 minutes, 5 minutes had passed. She freaking remembered my name. I couldn't believe it. I was super, super stoked. Okay, we're all cattywampus here. Why is it all, here, let me try this. That's a little bit better. Okay. Back here at the corner, you can kind of get a little bit better understanding of this building and how it communicates with this monstrosity. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. And this is Meiji Shrine, and it takes us all the way to Shibuya. Okay, hope you're doing some nice people watching with me. This blue building right here with the glass, this one's really cool, the Audi building. Lots of really inspiring architecture all over the place. Wow, 16 likes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's nice. Am I missing any comments? It's a fun place to be. On the stream here, on the bus. Thank you for being here, I appreciate it. It's fun to show off the city, kind of live vicariously through other people. And I can never know it all. I mean, this is just like hardly anything. This is just, you know, I've walked down the street a gajillion times, driven down it more, and it just is constantly in a state of shedding its skin. And I mean, it's the least kind of interesting part of the city, but still, any Harry Potter fans out there? This is the Harry Potter store. I don't know what's going on here, but there's a Harry Potter land in Tokyo. There's like a mini amusement park of Harry Potter. And then at Universal Studios, I think, in Osaka, they have a section of their basically Disneyland that is Hogwarts. And it's pretty impressive. It's pretty cool. And this is kind of a gorgeous, also affordable housing complex. This is where the athletes famously lived. It kind of looks like the Bauhaus, you know? It's kind of brutal. It's, you know, it hasn't been kept up all that nice. It's long past its heyday, but these geometric shapes have a charm about them that are cool. And maybe in these little corners, maybe there were once lights or something? What was in there once? But it looks like there's nobody in these residences anymore. But this would have been all the athletes, there was like a bunch of famous athletes who lived here. Not just during the Olympics, but if you were a famous working athlete, this was like oh no, there's people living there, okay. This was a famous place to live, I'm told. And they have some cafes and food down here. Not, you know, it's probably a little dumpy in there, but still pretty cool. Oh, it's a fun place to be. Okay, on the Discord, yes, forgive me. Yeah, no, yes. The Discord is cool. Yeah, please send me a message if you're keen to get involved. It's just like, we're just sharing music, and the cool thing about it is that it just doesn't evaporate into the ether. It doesn't evaporate into a thread. It all gets archived in a way that if you go back and look at it, it's very cool. It's like, oh, look, it just keeps getting bigger, and we're building more and more, and then it can actually become something else interesting, which is cool. Like, we could build a website out of it. And, you know, I've had a few detractors telling me like I'm like got these, you know, unkind or, you know, subversive motives to do such things. I have to kind of roll my eyes a little bit at it. But it's all in good vibes, and it's all to like throw a spaghetti noodle at the wall. I would love to guide around a group of you guys. I would love to bring 20 of you guys, 10, 12, 20 of you guys over here and do a big record store tour, rent a little high-ace van, and all pile in and make a real awesome like Tokyo tour experience. Ignore the haters, Brian, you're doing great. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, it's just you want to. You don't know. You don't. You know, like you don't. You never know. You never know what's going to come of these things. One thing, you're not going to like be somebody who you're not. And if you're not a, you know, a twisted person, you're not going to like behave so poorly that, okay, your goal 200%, you doubled your daily goal. All right, good. I doubled my daily goal. That was the goal. I got 2 days. I didn't have like 3 days worth of steps. So finally I got at least 200% in today. Crossing the crosswalk. Some people get a little, you know, claustrophobic. Everywhere you go, there's like people. There's a lot of bobbing and weaving. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that this bridge is a place where people come to hang out and like do things. There's a guy here who's busking. Not exactly fashion sense, but he's out here doing something. Wow, that's pretty cool. Let's give him 100 yen, or maybe a couple hundred yen. Let's see if we got it. He's doing good. He's trying. Oh, look at that. Oh, and then we're gonna, yeah, bravo. Let's give him. Give me a second. It's hard to do two hands at the same time. Hold on. Uh-oh. Give us a second. No, no, not that. Can you see him? Is he done? Where'd he go? Oh, he might be done. I'll give him my card too. Oh, he's buying a yaki imo. I see. That's kind of funny. Oh, I'm filming the wrong way. Sorry, guys. Haha. But what's funny is that he wasn't dancing. He's over here complaining about the guy who's selling the hot yam, I think. I have a hot yam at home, or I'd buy one from him right now. And this guy is selling his stuff. He's selling his stuff here. And this guy's doing dancing over here. And this guy just showed up with a emo truck, like a baked yam truck, and they're all having a standoff. And I just put $2 in the guy's cap, but he didn't see me put it in the cap, and I almost felt like George Costanza, like I should take it out and put it back in. You know, one more time. No soup for you. Was that the one? Okay, we are back at Harajuku. We have 10% left on the phone. We're gonna see if we can blast through. We're gonna run out of juice. We might run out as the show ends here, but I'm gonna try to take you over to the shrine before we go. It'll be the finale of the place. It's getting more crowded. Oh, I feel good that I got my steps in. Got a nice walk in. Coming back. I actually have a battery with me. I can plug in for a little while. Why didn't I do that? They're having fun. Okay, did you guys have fun? Well, did you have a good time? We got a good hour and a half in, did we? I can't even see, they don't tell you. Oh no, wait, hour and, okay, we take a 2 plus hours in. That's pretty good. Filling 2 hours of dead air time by yourself, I dare you. I dare one of you, you know, with a gimbal and with microphones and talking to people. And I want to see your city. I want to see your town. Thank you, Gary. Gary's so encouraging. Gary, bless your heart, Gary. Gary's a sweet dude. My homie, Gary. So I mentioned that I was, a couple of days ago, I was driving home from this Black Crows, well, it wasn't the Black Crows, it was my friend Eric's show where Chris Robinson of the Black Crows came and sat next to me. It was a super, super, super special chance, and ended up doing a number on stage to like an audience of about 40 of us. On my way home from that amazing show, I was kind of cutting through the center of the city, and I just came here. Mark Glassman saw some familiar sights, had a good time, happy to hear that. So as I was driving home from my show, I saw, oh, this is cool. This guy's got a cool style. I want to show you his style. He's got, hold on a second. He's got the gaitas, the wood shoes on. And he's carrying a suitcase. He's like a, how do we say it? And how do we say it? He's you know, maybe on hard times, maybe not, but living an alternative life. I think a lot of people who, I can imagine a story where people lose their livelihood somehow, and they end up thinking to themselves, I could live on the streets of Tokyo. I could live with those other guys in the blue sheet houses, you know, in the back alleys of Sumida district. I could do that. It's not that bad. I have no idea if it is or if it isn't. I've met and chatted with those guys before, but I've never really, you know, had to sleep outside in the real cold like that with the option, you know, without the option of finding a place to go. And I can't say it's something that I would ever think I would want, but I could understand how somebody might see things a little differently. And I can understand how, if you see that movie, Perfect Days, dude kind of unplugs from his busy life. That's what the movie is about. It's about a dude who, you know, tries to find a simpler way. It doesn't involve living on the streets, but it does mean like taking a kind of crappy apartment, a little apato, and a little crappy job, cleaning, you know, being a custodian, and then like getting to come to places like this every day and working. And without the hustle and bustle of keeping up with the Joneses and all of that. So there was a guy that we just saw who maybe is living a pretty interesting life. And he still cares about looking interesting, being cool, you know, or, you know, some kind of culture. So we're coming back up here. Scott's staying on. I'm staying on until we see the van, if the van was locked or not. Cheers, Strychnine. Appreciate that. We're coming back up here on the casks. Why can't I zoom out? There we go. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug in to my battery, and I'm gonna change the audio source, and I'm gonna need your help to make sure I'm still coming through, even though the battery is coming unplugged. Everybody's stoked to be doing photos and Like Sisyphus, we have to imagine Hirayama happy cleaning toilets. Exactly. It's true. Hirayama, I totally forgot that was his name. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put this in here. The wire is gonna make it a little wonky. I hope it's long enough. I've got a battery pack here, a giant one. And while oh, I can see the gimbal's running out of juice too. Just to make sure we get all the way to the end, we're gonna plug in. Just because this actually is quite special. Okay, this is coming off, audio is changing. Check, 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 1, 2. Can you still hear me? Let me know, is the audio better or worse, would you say? Different? Are we charging? We're charging. Okay, can you hear me? Check, 1, 2. Check, 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 1, 2. Now I've got a wire hanging from my gimbal here. I think we should be okay. Better even, says Paul. Yes, better. Okay, well there you go. Over-engineered my own rig. Perhaps I should forego these mics or kind of like dial them in so they're a little bit better. To be honest, they're not that easy to use. They kind of like, the menus don't really work the way that you think they're gonna work. And so here's the next torii gate that we're going through again. Another little tour guide party. I want to go on one of these tours. I want somebody to guide me around, even though I've been here hundreds of times. I'm gonna do a bow when you walk through, just to be on the level. Better, yeah, well, there you go. I think it's probably like, it's one of those sort of loudness wars kind of better. It's better, but it's not actually better. But, you know. Okay. I can't be accused of being a lazy bum and staying on the computer all weekend long. I got out and did something with my body and with my, imagine it, with my mind a little bit, I think, and with my homies. And I still have a full, it's only 10:30 on a Saturday morning. Look what I already accomplished today. Took a kid to school, took you guys on a giant walk around Tokyo. I'm gonna go do a little praying at the shrine. I'm gonna go manifest something at the shrine. I kind of promoted my whole shtick, you know. I went out there and kind of sold myself as best I could, which is part of this. Hold on, my friend Jim. We can take a look. I'm pretty tired. Okay, forget the IP. Okay. Okay, I got an amazing, shout out to my friend Jim, who is my amazing godfather of my daughter, and who is my amazing tech guru. Used to be a spook. Very interesting cat. Genius. The smartest dude I know. And I'm very lucky to call him a friend. A best friend. And how we got to be homies is beyond me. But anyway. So here we are rounding the corner. We've reached the end of the road here. Oh, let's read this. Okay, this is cool. Waka poem of Empress Shoken. Okay, colorful flowers may well beautifully adorn the hair of woman, but fragrance of sincerity is the heart's real elegance. One more time, sorry to butcher that last part, I just got a little distracted. Colorful flowers may be beautifully adorned. God damn it, Brian. Poem of Empress Shoken. Colorful flowers may well beautifully adorn the hair of a woman, but fragrance of sincerity is the heart's real elegance. I love that. Fragrance of sincerity. Yes, please. Yes, please. The fragrance of sincerity is the heart's real elegance. I could not agree more. Okay. Poem of Emperor Meiji. Wow, this is like really cool. Should one desire to follow a path of learning, even though busy, we can always find time to study, even in this world of ours. Beautiful. And that's actually readable. Manabamu to omofu misani wa koto shigeki seimoi tomano oru yo nari kari toridori ni tsukuru my hiragana is terrible. Kazashi no hana mo ore do niwa fu kokoro no uru wa shiki kana. Wow, okay. That was embarrassing, but beautiful. And look at this. This is really interesting. This guy, hold on, check this out. There's somebody with a broom that's around here. A giant broom on a long stick. And he has gone through and early this morning, he's done giant swipes across the path, across the sando, and he's moved all the leaves here into the middle. And then he went and did it on the other side. And if we weren't already trampling all over this gravel, we would see a beautiful, almost like rock, pattern of where he swept up all the leaves. And this was actually one of the most impressive things when I first came to Japan. I was like, what are they doing sweeping the gravel outside? It's like, why are they sweeping the outdoors? It made no sense to me. The same reason that spitting on the street made kind of no sense to me. Why? It's the street. It's the same reason smoking in the street. It's that's the place you should do it. No. That is not the place you should do it. It's the place, it's the opposite. You've got it upside down is what I learned immediately. So many things I had upside down. The Japanese do so many things the opposite way that we do them back home, and when we stop and think about them for a little bit, they're like, oh, you're like, oh, that makes perfect sense. And the little kids are just trampling right through it. It's funny. Okay, it's getting really crowded, and it's gonna be a little bit, but yeah. So you have to wash your hands. Dang it, I never remember the place, but this is the place. But if it's super crowded, they move the water over here, and you can come and wash your hands over here. And you used to be able to wash them more easily but now with COVID, you have to, the system has changed a little bit. But they're drinking it. So here's the instructions, purification etiquette. Just kind of touch it to your lips. I think it's potable. I've never heard of anybody getting, you can drink the water in Japan. So it's kind of exciting, no? The last torii gate before we go inside the shrine. Lots of languages from around the world do a bow. I mean, there's no amount of decades that you can live here and this stops being amazing. There's just no amount of time that it stops being incredible. This is what I do sometimes. So he's doing a photograph of these girls are having their 20-year ceremony. And there's the wedding is happening over here, and the cameras are over there. Sorry, this is really loud.
清正の井戸で有名になりました明治神宮御苑、また明治神宮ミュージアム、ただいま特別展を開催しております。またこの期間限定
So
で
sometimes I'm
ただいま
shooting
特別展、宝物展
weddings.
特別展示を開催してお
I'm
ります。
shooting a wedding. I have after this. I have to go to a meeting to shoot about a wedding, an upcoming wedding. There's the guy with the big broom. Oh, sorry. He's got his long broom. I saw him sweeping the rocks under the tree, and I was like, "What the heck is he doing? What doesn't make any sense?" No, it makes perfect sense. It's a beautiful act, and it's like respecting. I mean, is it not special? Is that not kind of like look how beautiful this is, and look what it is over here. It's a mess, and we just take for granted that that's the way that it is. But you know, it's a little thing. Oh, she's got a nice style. Wow, that's a cool. Okay, a lot of excitement here. There's another cool guy with more cool fashion. Look at this one. Nice, dude. Looking good. Let's tell him I like his style. Oh, they're not Japanese. Man, I like his style a lot. Pretty cool. Okay. Lots of languages. I hear Spanish. I hear Russian, maybe. Okay. And you don't step on this one. You walk over it. Watch. You walk over it. Oh, you walk over it. And you do a bow. And then you come in. And there will be weddings happening all day today. It's a Saturday. Lots of tour guides with their flags all over the place. So let me give you a lay of the land. There's the shrine, and here's the kind of courtyard. There's the gate, the entrance gate. And often over here in these kind of corridors, there will be exhibitions, there will be gifts from the farmers or from the breweries or distilleries to adorn the shrine. Not unlike you can see these sake bottles over there. Those are sake bottles. Sometimes there will be heaps of them over all around here. And then I'm not sure what's going on here. What is this? I don't know what this is, but maybe there's going to be like a performance or something, a festival of some sorts here, and they're setting up the stage, and it seems kind of obnoxious to be right here in the middle of the shrine on a Saturday, but it's here. And then over here, I should say this is the outer gate of the main shrine. We won't actually be able to see all the way into the shrine, but at the altar, in the very far distance of the shrine, will be where there will be various ceremonies happening, which might be sort of like christenings or baptisms, and there might be weddings as well. There might be 100-day kind of ceremonies, and there's different kind of ceremonies. It says no photography allowed, so I want to be mindful of that. But if we can just kind of like, you won't be able to see it, but yeah, there is an altar, and the altar has like kind of a mirror at the top of it. Yeah, we won't be able to get a good look at it, but what happens is in Japan you're born into Shintoism and you die in Buddhism. The early in life ceremonies have to do with Shintoism, and there's no dogma or holy book or tenets of it's more of like a shared mythology, and it's connected to the emperor. I love talking about it, but I won't go off too far on it. But it's a really beautiful culture and history, and it's actually connected to the emperor. The emperor is a descendant from the sun goddess, and the sun goddess is sort of the mother of Japan, and these shrines are connected to her. And she's a deity, but she's amongst all the deities, but she's not exactly a deity of creation or of I don't really know, to be honest, but she's not a judgmental deity who you need to pray to and honor. She's just one of this pantheon of sort of characters. Oh, there's definitely a wedding coming through. So what would happen is that oh, here we go. This will be very cool to share with you. Okay. So all day long there will be people who will be getting married in front of the altar, in front of the shrine, and the monk will come out and bless the bride and groom, and they will come out and they'll be on a wedding procession, and they're coming right now on their wedding procession, and everybody's lining up right now. This is very cool. So there's this long procession where they're going to go through the door. And here they come. And there's the bride and groom. The bride in the red kimono. And that's the family. Sticky. It's a little bit voyeuristic, I admit. Oh, the beautiful red umbrella. What a shot, right? Okay, so there's the wedding procession. It's very, very cool. Everybody's happy. When I got married, we did something similar, and but we got married on the east side of town, and we had like a rickshaw. We got toted around on a rickshaw, and people were all like, everywhere we went, people were like, "Wow, congratulations!" And it was a very crazy feeling to be celebrated by strangers like that. We drove all around the neighborhood in this little rickshaw, and we're just, everybody who looks at you turns, they do this, they go, "Oh, congratulations!" As you're like, it was very fun and very cool. Okay, I'm gonna do my 5 yen. I'm gonna go manifest my dreams here. Hold tight with me. Let's see if we can get this kind of going. Will nobody steal this? Let's hope not. No! Okay. So, I can't see myself. You gotta have 5 yens in your wallet, and I always keep 5 yens, the ones with the holes in them. They're like good luck, and I always, anytime I get one, I save them. So I have a whole bunch in here. I've got 10 or got a bunch, but I'm not gonna throw them all right now. I'm just gonna do one. But if I'm with a bunch of people, then and nobody else has 5 yen coins, I have a few to spare. So there they are, the hole in them. And there's a reason why. I won't explain it to you, but it's goen. It means prayer or something.
Sorry. Oh, no, your tripod in Meiji Shrine.
I'm so sorry. I am Got it. Did you hear that? No using tripod in Meiji Shrine. I'm sorry. It's okay. Moshwake gozaimasen, I said to him. He looked back at me and smiled, which is, I'm sincerely sorry. Please forgive me. It's unexcusable. Okay. So, dang it. How do we say these again? Omikujis? No, these aren't the omikujis. What are these? I never remember how you say these. Votive tablet. So you write your wishes on these. It's the year of the horse. Oh, so some of them these will be Meiji Jingu's special mark. That's the symbol of the chrysanthemum, and that's the chrysanthemum throne. So these are wishes that people make, and they'll be in English, and to pass my New York bar exams and to have another year. Seizure free. Oh my God, Anthony, we wish you the best. Petra and Michael, lifetime of health and happiness. Tristan and Logan, health and happiness and life filled with gratitude. And some people, let's see. This one's in Portuguese, I think. So it's very cool. There's Thai. It's a beautiful Thai language. And Chinese, I think. And Spanish. And what is that one? That looks like it could be like Czech, maybe. And yeah, interesting. So people from all around the world come and make their hope that their wishes come true here. And there's another bride and groom over here getting their photo made. And this is what I do. I do this once or twice a year. Actually, like 5 or 6 times a year. But I don't usually have like an entourage of 4 or 5 assistants. It's just little old me. When they put up a big stink about it, because when you come to get married at these places, like part of the wedding package that you have is the photography is included in it, and the bride and groom have to say, no, we want to bring our own photographer. And they say, but it's already included in the package. You got to pay for it. And they say, yeah, we don't. So then I get to shoot it. And whether they have to pay twice for it, it's really up to them. But I love shooting weddings. It's super, super, super fun. And I always get like choked up. And here's the omamori. I mean, Gary's crazy for omamori. These are the omamoris. Does anybody want an omamori? They're not cheap. They're not expensive at all. They're like 500 yen, 1,000 yen, depending on which one you want. I think I got one here. Gary wants one. I thought so. Do you want one, Gary? I'll get you one and send you one. Okay, what do you want? Okay, hold on. Here's what they have. These are for us. Hold on. You gotta stop commenting for a second because I can't see the things. Hold on. Okay, so safe travels, please. Okay. Which one is that? Recovery announcements. Okay, good. Getting a good job. Protecting you'll go travel. Safe driving. So wait, hold on. Safe driving. You have green. Green. Are you up with these? Okay, so there's your 3 choices. Oh wait, 19 or 20. I think you get I'm not sure, but the sticker is for your car. If you want to put a sticker on your car, lots of people put those stickers on their cars. Or you can put that in your bag, the little omamori pouch thing. And then I don't know what the other little paper thing is. Safe driving and protection from traffic accidents. Is that the same as travel? Is that okay for you? Hold on, let me see what else. Let me see what Gary's saying. Safe travels, please. I think that's safe travels. It's traffic. For safe driving and protection from traffic accidents. Is that okay? That's the closest we got. Or for soundness of mind and body, recovery from illness, for soundness of body in a child, for good fortune. Okay, for the success in one's studies, for getting a good job, for finding a good partner, for protection of evil, for opening good luck. For opening good luck, I like that, for opening good luck. For safe driving, for peaceful mind, for child's safe birth, for your wish to be realized was a little expensive. For victory and perseverance, or for divine protection. Which one is it, Gary? For fortune? Good fortune is good? Okay, but you can, it's okay. You don't have to get the exact right one. Let me share it again. For good fortune is this yellow one. You already have a yellow one. I recommend going for the safe driving for the green one. Where is it? Where am I? That one.
Good job.
But protect. That's gotta include travel, all forms of travel, not just car driving. You like the yellow one, or you get any one you like? Which one do you like? Hold on. For calmness. Hold on. For good. What? Okay, let me go, Gary. Gary, what do you want? Safe. It's not safe. It's safe driving, but it's all encompassing safe travels. Are you sure, Gary? You like blue too. There's also. Is that what you want? Is final answer? Decide final answer. Tell me right final answer, and then I'll score it for you. I can't believe I'm doing this. Yes. Okay. Green for Gary, and then I saw another one. Husky Foster Fail for calmness and of mind and good health, please. Do you really want one of these? If you send me your address, I will. I'll send you one. I know what Gary wants. Let me make sure I got this right. For let's see. Husky Forest Fail. Do you want one? Toasted onions. Nice to see you. Anybody else? Requests for omamoris today. It's okay, but I appreciate the gesture. Okay. Well, all right. Let me line up and get one of the. Gary, what do you want? You want the little pouch thing, or you want the green paper thing? I'm not sure what the 20. There's 19 and 20. We'll get a close up of them. But there's 19 and there's 20. It looks like 19 might include a sticker, which would be pretty cool. You can put the sticker on your car or your bicycle or something. But also, I'm not sure what 20 is. 19, right? Okay. It's a good choice. Okay, we got to get in a proper line here. Maybe we go. Where's the shortest line? I feel like we're in the longest. Let's go over here maybe. We're gonna go to this line. Do they have any about collecting vinyl? Well, it's funny that you should ask that, Husky, because that is a little. I should probably get one of those. I should get the one that says, "For opening, good luck," because that is something that I have thought about. I want to go. Some of these shrines, you have to understand, these shrines are actually like family businesses, and people inherit shrines from their fathers and grandfathers, and they they're almost like sent. Say young guys like you and me, they're sometimes like sent. They don't want to be a monk, and yet it's inevitable that they have to take over the shrine, or somebody else has to deal with it. So, oh, look at this! It's world rules. Anybody is lining up? None of them must go. Are you lining up? Are you in line?
Oh, yeah, I'm in line.
Okay, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I hope so. So some of the shrines that are like young guys or young people who want to, I don't know, spin their shrine in some interesting way. They might make a shrine that's like dedicated to like motorcycles or to fashion or to music, and if they're like out in the middle of nowhere, for example, like out in the middle of the countryside, and they have like can you guys hear me okay? And they're out, and they want to like attract people to their shrine, they might make the shrine of like animal health or something like that. And it's the only shrine that offers like animal health, and like a guy who's like, got a sick pet or a herd of sheep or something, they will go out to the shrine to get blessed by that shrine who specializes in that special thing. And I want to find the guy. There's not that many shrines that are dedicated to music or music learning, but there's one, and it's far away. It's very, very far away. And good question, Harold. I don't really know the answer to that question.
Are you in the lines?
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm getting a little distracted here. Hold on, let me come back to that in a second. It's getting a little... People are excited. Nice. Good to see you, Bryce. So we're getting some omamoris here. Good question about the monks and the shrines. I'm not really sure. Ciao, y'all. Thanks, Brian. Happy go lucky. Thanks for being here. What city is the music one at? I'm not sure, but it's far away. There's like one of like, there's like a club. There's a guy who's like got a club inside his shrine. It's like a D. He's like DJ. The Shrine of DJs or something, and he's built this. It's the shrine. It's shrine of like hi-fi, I think. And I want to go there. Don't even quote me on that. I know that there's somebody who's built a torii gate, one of those gates that's in the shape of a it's all built with speakers. You guys can look it up. But I want to go to one of these guys and I want to commission one of these omamoris that is specifically for record collectors. And I want to say to him, hey, let's get together. Don't steal my idea. But I want to get together with them and say like, hey, like, I don't want to take your profits or get bad juju from the kami-samas, the gods of record collecting, but you guys. But, okay, we're getting one for Gary. Last chance for anybody else who wants one. We're getting the omamori for Gary. Safe travels one. He's kind of crazy for the... Okay. Hold on, we got to get our senyen ready. Jukyuban. Oh, do not take photographs. Okay. It says do not take photographs. It says do not take photographs. So I'm going to put you down for a second, guys. Just a second. Give me a second. Oh, that's not a good look. Let me do this. Denomination used? You guys show us? Okay. Oh, cool, Gary, check this out. You get a little tiny sticker with it. Okay, wait, we're going through the torii gate. So we gotta do one more bow. And we're done. Okay, very cool. Hold on, check this out. So there's the omamori. It's nice. I kind of want one too. Oh, no, wait. Okay. So screenshot that and you can read about it. I thought that was a little sticker, but I guess not. Maybe the sticker's inside the little thing. I never know what's inside these things. I've never actually dared open one up, but they're charms, and you put them on your, in your, not in your wallet, but in your bag, in your purse. You connect them to your backpack. You put them in your car. If it's a sticker, you stick it on the back of, it's like a bumper sticker. It protects you from driving. It protects you from traveling. Oh, my arm's getting tired. And yeah. So that's it, guys. That's it. That was quite a stream. Hold on, I see some cool comments coming in. Let me just show you. I love this motif. I don't know what is going on here, but this is the rooftops of these shrines. And that just looks so badass to me. I love the aesthetic of that. It looks like, antennas for the, for the divine antennas. Domo arigatou gozaimasu. Good job. Okay, hold on, let me go back and read some of these. Hey Zed, my homies. Okay, the homies are here. Yes, dude. We've been having a good time. Good to see you, Bryce. Hold on, let me just scroll back a ways and make sure I didn't miss anything. Collecting vinyl. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get one of those omamori. I need time. I need a handful of things. I lived in Tokyo many years ago. I miss it. Okay, cool, Husky. Nice. Cool. Where did you live? What part of Tokyo did you live? How long ago? What's one of a great memory or your favorite part of town? Harold said, is it priests at shrines and monks at temples? I bet you I just use obosan for both of them. I don't really know. It's a good question. Somebody find out and report back. I'd like to know that. I know that like shrines, well, there's the distinction that everybody ought to make first, is that shrines are shrines and temples are temples. Shrines are Shinto and temples are Buddhist. Then Husky says, here's what AI says. The Karaoke Tori is an interactive art installation in Tokushima Prefecture. In Kamiyama, Tokyo, which is far away. Designed by American sound artist, Benoit Marbre. Okay, interesting. Constructed from nearly 300 feet. I think it's been torn down, actually. I remember, I think it's been torn down, I think. Functional speakers. This 4-meter high, 4.8 meter wide structure functions as a sound sculpture, allowing visitors to connect via Bluetooth. Hey, I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah, nice to see the Discord gang here. Yeah, man. Hey, Mark. Hey. Bad luck to open them up, probably. Okay, all right. You guys are all hanging. Domo arigato. All right, it's the crew. So, got some steps in. I'm feeling real good about myself. Got my steps in. Forewent to breakfast. That was hard. And did my best to deliver something of value. I don't know how valuable it is, but I want to try my luck at this format. It's fun. It's really fun. I appreciate you guys hanging out and encouraging me along the way. Treat yourself to a veggie lunch, Brian Zetsuko says. That's a nice idea. That's a great idea, actually. I think I will do that. I don't know if I told you, but I went back to that burrito place that I've been to a million times, but for the first time ever, I ordered the veggie burrito. Heavenly. It was so much better than any of the other. The pulled pork is real nice, I'll admit, but like, am I going the right way? But the freaking avocado full-on, it was so juicy and so substantial. It was like so filling, which is what you want, right? And it was payday, and I don't know if you were, yesterday was payday. I needed to happen very badly. And I've got the CDs that I promised to put in the mail last week. They're sitting in the passenger seat, ready to be delivered. So this was a little bit of an adventurous stream, not typical for the daily stream. It's a Saturday morning, but if you want to fill your ears with some static, some Tokyo static, then consider getting on board with the Patreon, with the YouTube members. You can do it for like $2. And I will try to do like this kind of thing every single day. And it's fun to do it here because what it does is it gets you more stuff. And guys, the record style homies, will you please vouch for me that I put in the legwork to make something of even $2 a month value? I mean, and you have to be cool is the other thing. You can't just pony up and not be cool. You have to also be cool. But anybody who would consider would definitely be cool. So, but give me some validation here, guys, as if this isn't like exhibitionist enough and self-serving enough. But just to anybody on the fence who's like, I don't really need another thing, you know, it's fun. I mean, it's properly groovy. It's like properly, like way groovier than just, you know, a conversation that evaporates into the ether. Those are cool too. I'm not, no judgment, but it's fun to do what we're doing. And if you're, it's just cool. It's like all day long we can talk about music. I mean, anytime. The thing is that everybody's like on the level. So it's not like one of these things where you have to be like, you know, you need to reply immediately. But, okay, is the camera equipment still there? Yes, it is. Is the door unlocked? Yes, it was. Is everything was stolen? No, it wasn't. Everything is good. So, yasha! Yasha! That's the stream, folks. I loved riding my bike around the Imperial Gardens. Cool. I live near Ichikawa Station. Ichigawa Station? Ichigawa? Where's Ichigawa Station? I'm not sure. Okay, and Gary says it's worth it. It's informative and always a good time. Yes, he's obliged to say that because I spent 10 yen on him today. But hey, there's a kickback. You get you know, you get early access to omamoris and things like that. So I'm very stoked that I should have got one for myself, even just to commemorate this stream. But I'm happy that's an outcome of the stream. It's pretty cool. Okay, 177 minutes. Sasuga Brian. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one. What's happening? I got to go have my wedding consultation meeting photography thing. Gonna go get a veggie burrito. And I might make a little video from the burrito place. It's that good. It's really, really good. I want to cheer them on. And then it's back on dad duty. Okay. Thanks again for being here. Appreciate it. Now I can get out and about. Thanks for this one. Sorry to keep you waiting, Paul the Celt and Strict9. Sorry, I didn't mean to worry you guys. I knew it was going to be okay. I mean, how bad of juju would it be to you know, rob somebody at the shrine? You know, you don't want that karma. All right, have a good weekend, guys. And homies, I'll see you guys on Monday or whatever. And but you know, there'll probably be more of me this weekend. Have a great TGIF Friday. If you guys are still on Friday, reporting from the future. It's a nice day. Join the membership, Zetsuko. Bless your heart. Thank you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.